Hello, this is Jeremy with Dominion Tech Computer Services. Just want to go through a few tips here that you can use on your own at home to prevent viruses from coming onto most PCs and just give you some tips for doing some general maintenance on your computers. The first thing we're going to do is open up this program called CCleaner. And what CCleaner does, it cleans out a lot of your temporary internet files and temp files, things that can kind of clog things up. And it's going to run this maybe once a week, once every other week, um, whatever works for you. There's options in here that you can choose, things that you don't want to delete. You know, if you have things in your recycle bin that you don't want to get emptied, then you want to uncheck the empty recycle bin. Some things you probably don't want to check are the saved passwords and so forth, because that will delete any of the saved passwords that you have in Firefox or Explorer. It's very easy to do. All you do is hit Run Cleaner. It will ask you to confirm it, and it will permanently delete the files. You hit OK, and then just wait a few minutes. And this doesn't have a whole lot on it, so it went pretty quickly. And that's it. Once you're done, just close out of the program. The next step would be to run a program called Malwarebytes. And this is a free program and it runs scans on your computer to check and just make sure that it's free of malware, spyware, those types of things. Important thing to do, this is not an active program, meaning that it actively updates on its own and scans on its own. You have to do this manually. So the first thing to do that you would want to do is run an update on it just to make sure that it says that you have the current update, so that way it's finding the most current viruses and spyware that's out there. So this one says I have the latest database version, and so I'll go back over to the scanner, and then usually I just run a quick scan. It's obviously the fastest one, and it picks up just as much as if you run the full scan. But if you have some extra time and want to run full scan, you can definitely do that. So in this, I'm just going to run the scan, and we'll see if there's anything on it. Alright, so this is finished scanning. We'll usually pull up a little notepad item here that will normally tell you if it detected anything. So I'm just going to close out of this, and it shows that the scan completed successfully and that there were nothing found. So you can just hit OK on this. If there was something found, it would tell you what it found and give you an option to be able to remove the selected items. And normally you'd probably have to restart after that, but that would keep it all clean for you. The next thing we're going to do is go into our antivirus and make sure that it's up to date and running scheduled scans if you have it set for that, or if you want to start manual scans, you can do that as well. So in this, I'm going to show you AVG, and it's what we recommend, really enjoy, or really like it, and seems to protect well. So in this, you want to make sure in the top, usually if you have a nice green arrow here, you will see that you are protected, as it shows there. All of the antivirus is active, link scanner is active, all of those things are active. If you go into your scan options now, you can start whole computer scan or specific files if you would like to do that, or an anti-rootkit scan, which takes care of a lot. If you have like Google redirects, those kind of problems with if you're in your Explorer, surfing the web, and you start going places and it starts sending you to places that you didn't want to go, that would be a good thing to run. So you want to click on this one here, either manage your scheduled scans just to see what the schedule is, or you can go into the scan history here and it will tell you all of the scan times and the results. I'm just going to hit back. So under manage scheduled scans, it shows that the scheduled scan is set for 9:14 at noon. If you double click on this, you can see what days that it's selected. You can choose to run it every day or individual days, so forth, what times you want to change it. You can also do some options down here that if it's missed, that you can run it at startup, or if the computer is in low power mode, you can start it in that state as well. So cancel out of this. And if you want to start a scan, you can also hit scan out there. Those are just a couple things to make sure that your antivirus is working properly and is up to date. If you're not using AVG, just most items have the green check mark or some way of telling you that you're protected and up to date, and just make sure that those things are running properly. Next thing that you would want to check into is just to make sure that your hard drive is defragmented and that is running smoothly for you. We usually program here, another free program called Defraggler, and it will show you all your list of hard drives that you have in your computer or partitions. And normally most of your hard drives will be located on C. And if you have, I have a thumb drive here, and so that's pulling up as well. So you can, if you have a backup drive or multiple hard drives, you can do those as well. And you can hit the analyze, and it'll tell you how fragmented it is. This is a new laptop, so there's not much in it. And then once it's done, you can hit defrag, and that will start that and do everything automatically for you. When it's done, it tells you it's complete, and you just close out of the program. One last thing that you'd want to check on is just to make sure that the actual Windows itself is up to date. If you go to the Start button here and then All Programs, you would want to look for the Windows Update, which is right here. And in this one's showing that it is up to date, which is obviously a good sign. If it shows updates there, you can click on it, uncheck it, check it, whatever you want, and then just hit the Update Now, and it'll probably have you restart the computer as well. That has a lot of patches in it that'll keep your computer up to date as far as security issues or drivers and so forth that Windows may find for you. And the last thing is just to make sure that when you are online, just make sure that you're going to trusted sites. Some programs like AVG have a trusted site green check mark that'll go when you're in Google or so forth and tell you that everything is okay on that. But if something pops up on you, if you're on some social networking sites and you get pop-ups or ads on the sides, those usually aren't smart to click on. And if you do get a pop-up, it's usually best to just try to close out of it without clicking an OK or a buy now or something like that. But those are a few tips that you can use in your day-to-day computing that will help your computer running virus-free and maintained. Thank you very much.